These university students would be captured on CCTV enjoying a night out drinking. Not an uncommon sight around Denton, Texas, with the University of North Texas and Texas Women's University close by. While the footage itself is uneventful, it's what would happen after this that would have even the seasoned investigators running out of a crime scene of wretched disgust. Before revealing the details of this case, we would like to send our thoughts and condolences to the family and friends of Jackie Vandergriff.
It's heartbreaking to think Jackie was just like so many of us, out for a night, full of dreams, unaware of the danger nearby. Her story reminds us how quickly life can change, and it hits hard knowing her kindness was exploited.
This video on social media, talking about her career aspirations.
Hello everyone, my name is Jacqueline Vandergriff, but friends call me Jackie. I am originally from the Colony, Texas, but I moved to Frisco when I was in elementary school, and I graduated from Wakeland High School. I am currently a junior here at Texas Women's University, and my major is nutrition with an emphasis in wellness. I chose this major because I realized while working as an esthetician, which is skincare if you're not familiar, I realized the importance of nutrition and just overall health, and decided that this is what I was going to study. As far as my career aspirations go, right now I'm most interested in corporate wellness. I think more and more companies are starting to recognize the need to provide health resources for their employees. So I think right now that's where I'm wanting to go with my career. I'm taking this course online because I do not live in Denton and I hate driving and I hate traffic. So I'm trying to take as many of my classes online as I can. In this class, I hope to learn more about how to use the resources available to reach different individuals and to communicate effectively with the amount of diversity that we have in our community, as well as just building on my overall communication skills. So
Jackie didn't really know anyone at the university, and her roommates, while nice, were still strangers to her. She had previously had a boyfriend, but they had gone their separate ways, with the breakup being mutual, so she was somewhat alone at the university. On a Tuesday night, she would decide to head to downtown Texas for a few drinks, and maybe be open to the possibility of meeting someone. She would head to an area of bars and restaurants known to be frequented by university students. Unknown to her, there was a danger lurking around the same area that night that would cross paths with a petite blonde girl in the worst way imaginable. It was a brisk morning when a man walking his dog along his regular path in the Acorn Woods in Grapevine, Texas, would see smoke rising from the shrubbery close by to the parking area. Curious as to what it could be, he would make his way through the trees and bushes to discover a small fire burning heavily amongst the greenery. He would hear the screech of tires and turn to look behind him, and would observe a silver four-wheel drive vehicle driving from the parking area frantically. By a stroke of luck, he would run back to the parking area, and a truck belonging to the park and recreation employees would be pulling up at that very minute. The man would hastily brief them on the situation before they would spring into action, grabbing a bucket they had been using to wash paintbrushes and using it to quell the flames. The Parks and Rec employees would begin to look at exactly what was burning before coming to the morbid realization. They would immediately call 911, and authorities would make their way to the scene. As officers and fire personnel would descend on the scene, they would discover the smoldering remains of what appeared to be a blue kiddie pool. Along with the melted kiddie pool, a dismembered human body was also found. The damage to the body from the fire was so severe that it was hard to tell if it was male or female, and given the size, it was summarized it may have been a child or teenager. Because of the bizarre nature of the crime, and the way in which it had happened, further resources were allocated to solving the case. The FBI would lend a forensic investigative team to Grapevine PD in an effort to preserve as much evidence as possible. The Texas Rangers would also get involved, with a certain individual who will feature later in the case. Although parts of the body had significant burn damage, what was apparent to the officers on scene was that it was dismembered. The legs had been cut around the knees, and the arms were severed at the elbows, which were placed on top of the body. The head had also been removed and placed with the body in the kiddie pool, and the torso cavity had also been cut open, with organs clearly visible. A pungent smell of gasoline emanated from the area where the attempt at incinerating the body had occurred. What was left of the body would be sent off for an autopsy. Because of the quick action of the civilian and the park and rec employees in extinguishing the fire, some of the clothing had been preserved.
The brutality of this crime is unimaginable. Jackie fought for her life, and that strength under such horror is both inspiring and devastating. It's a stark reminder of the evil some hide behind normal faces.
5 foot tall and weighing likely under 100 pounds. Detectives would set out to find out who this was, and they didn't have to wait long, as just hours later, the body would be matched to Jackie Vandergriff. The first step would be to track her movements leading up to her death. Investigators would start at her apartment, where her 3 roommates would claim that she rarely went out, and was laser focused on her university degree. They hadn't seen her in several days, and relayed that she appeared to have no boyfriend. Nothing of note was found at her apartment, no clues as to where she was going or how she met her demise. Her car would be located in the parking lot outside, but had not been moved in several days. Later forensic testing would show nothing of significance in relation to her vehicle. Police would now look into Jackie's phone records. She had spoken to 2 people recently. One was her old boyfriend, and the other was a woman named Sherry Bogue. Initially, suspicion would fall on the ex-boyfriend, but after it was found out that he had an alibi, and his phone records show he was nowhere near Grapevine, Texas, on the night in question, he was quickly ruled out as a suspect. Moving on to Sherry, she would be able to provide police with some valuable information. She had gone out on the night Jackie had disappeared, with 2 other friends to the Fry Street Public House, a bar frequented by young people. CCTV was obtained which showed Jackie sitting next to Sherry and her 2 friends. Beside them was a bald man who appeared to be joining in on the conversation. Sherry and Jackie can be seen exchanging phone numbers, and shortly after, Sherry and her friends would depart to go to a different bar named Shots and Crafts, only a short distance away. Jackie would also leave and make her way to the same bar, with the bald man appearing to follow her to the location. At this new bar, Jackie and Sherry would continue talking, and appeared to be getting along well. Jackie had made a new friend. Sherry would recount to investigators that the bald man pictured on the CCTV from the previous bar kept interrupting the conversation and appeared to be trying to gain the attention of Jackie. After an hour at the Shots and Crafts bar, Sherry and a group of friends would head home, with Jackie saying she was going to do the same and they would all go their separate ways. Police would head down to the bar where they were able to talk with the bartender Katie Allen, who was working that night. In a stroke of luck, it turned out that the bartender knew the bald man and explained that she had been out with him several times before as a friend, but no relationship had formed. He had confided in her that he had gone through a bad breakup and was still struggling with it, having ongoing issues both mentally and legally. Police would also obtain footage from a pizza store located just a few doors down from the bar. It would show the same man earlier in the day who had gone in to buy pizza and would return to the Fry Street Public House to share that pizza with the bartender Katie. His vehicle would just be barely visible in the top right of the frame, being silver in color. Several hours later, his vehicle, a silver Mitsubishi Outlander, can be seen again parking on a road opposite the Fry Street Public House bar. He would be observed walking back into the bar at 5:57 p.m. 3 minutes later, Jackie walks into the bar wearing a black satchel bag, where she would first meet the bald man. This man would be 30-year-old Charles Bryant, a gym instructor. Charles Bryant was known to police. While his rap sheet consisted of mostly petty crimes, including possession of marijuana and forgery, his record would also show a misdemeanor charge of assault out of Washington. That wasn't all though. He had a protective order taken out against him from an ex-girlfriend. Charles had dated the small petite 18-year-old girl, 12 years younger than himself, and she had broken off the relationship with him after only 3 months together. He would not take the breakup well and began stalking her, trying everything he could to keep the relationship going. This would eventually lead to his arrest and removal from the campus after his ex-girlfriend called in, claiming that he had kept running past her room, looking in to quote-unquote check on her. This behavior is what led to the protective order being issued against him. Police on campus at the North Texas University had been made aware of Charles and that he was not to make contact with his ex-girlfriend. Charles would ignore the order and show up at her dorm room with flowers for their 4-month anniversary and beg her to take him back. She denied his advances and began to call police, and Charles would leave campus before authorities would arrive. A warrant would be issued for his arrest for breaking the protective order. We pick up the story at the bar on that fateful night. As drinks were being consumed at the bar, the rain would begin to fall outside. Jackie had walked to the bar from her apartment, and after Sherry and her friends decided to call it a night, Jackie would do the same. Charles had offered to give Jackie a ride home so she didn't have to walk in the rain. A true gentleman. The two would be observed running to his vehicle through the rain at 8:47 p.m. They would sit in the vehicle for a further 20 minutes, perhaps having a conversation, but we can only speculate. Shortly after, they are picked up on a camera at a 7-Eleven where Jackie can be seen sitting in a car while Charles heads inside. He would pick up 2 alcoholic drinks and a snack for the road before returning to the vehicle. This would be the last time that Jackie would ever be seen alive again. From cell phone data police were able to obtain, Jackie's phone was on and pinging until 1:32 a.m., where it would simply disappear. The last ping would come from a cell tower located on Blue Mound Road, only 3 miles from Charles's home, and would suggest that the last pings had it traveling in the direction of his house. Police were able to arrest Charles on the violation of the protective order while they gathered physical evidence related to the death of Jackie Vandergriff. Officers would be stationed outside of his home at 14017 Sandhills Drive in Haslett, Texas, waiting for any sign of Charles so that he could be arrested. Search warrants would also be issued for his house, cell phone, and car. Officers stationed outside his home would observe him getting into his vehicle and driving off, where after traveling only a block they would pull him over and arrest him. Inside of his vehicle, police found a .22 caliber pistol and a stun gun, which still had strands of long blonde hair attached to it. Several zip ties were found, some of which still had blonde hair attached to them as well. These were consistent with the same types found at the location where the body was burned. Bloodstains were also found throughout the vehicle, most notable in the rear cargo area, along with small blue plastic flakes, which matched the blue kiddie pool which the body had been placed in. As the search warrant would be carried out at Charles's home, his roommates would fully cooperate with investigators. Several more blue kiddie pools were found in some of the spare bedrooms, being used to grow marijuana, and a further blue kiddie pool was located in the backyard for Charles's dogs to play in. All of these would be the same brand and model as the one found smoldering at the Acorn Woods. A circular spot of dead grass would also be observed where it appeared another pool once sat, but had since been removed, assumingly the one the body had.
Charles's history of stalking shows a pattern of obsession. It's chilling to think how his inability to handle rejection spiraled into such violence. This case exposes how unchecked behavior can escalate to tragedy.
Be brought in for questioning, and this would not be your typical police interview.
It had to be me. Obviously, it all points to me. I can't recall that. I don't know why I would. Someone I don't know even.
But the thing about it is having the conversation with
Yeah,
them
the
every
following
next
day. I get it.
Yeah.
And I think of
And so,
to Caitlin.
why in the world?
Charles, you want something to drink?
Thanks, man.
I'm Sergeant Henley. We haven't met. I feel like I know you, though, because I've been watching the goings on or whatnot. And I keep hearing you say you don't know what's going on. You don't remember. You don't this. You don't that. Come on, man. We've laid it out for you, okay?
Yeah, it's there. Nothing grapevine. I
We're-
remember that.
We're over there at your house, okay? We have video of you with this girl.
Show me.
You're at the bar. Her cell phone goes to your house. You're walking around Walmart at 4 o'clock in the morning buying a shovel.
I can call service.
She's found dead in a pool that came from your backyard. Okay?
Yeah.
You
it's on
can't tell me you can't tell me you don't remember.
I don't know why.
Come on, man.
Well, I'm giving
You
you
were there.
obviously.
You did all these things, and there is no way in the world that
I
a
can't
man
recall
could
killing
travel all the way from Haslett to Grapevine, from Denton to Haslett to Grapevine, and not remember. Stand up and man up and
Yeah,
tell us
I-
what you did for this girl's family.
I'm admitting to it. I can't remember killing anyone, man. I don't
You've
know how
got
to do
to.
this.
There's no way you remember all the big things in your life. Okay? Very few are bigger than taking another human life.
Yeah, it's pretty drastic.
I know it's in there. Okay?
Yeah,
I know you got it in you. Talk to me.
I'm trying.
Tell me.
The past hour and a half, I've been racking my brain.
There's no way, man. There's no way in the world that you do not remember this. There's no way.
Woke up. I don't even remember taking her home. I thought I was home.
She
a lot
went to
earlier.
your house.
Yeah, I don't remember taking her to my place, man. I don't. I thought I went home by myself.
And you killed her. You killed her. And then you didn't just leave her there, you drove her to Grapevine. Tell me you don't remember that. Putting her in the car. Come on. You were at the bar with her in Denton. Y'all drove to your house. You killed her. You drove her to Grapevine. And you don't remember any of that?
I just remember waking up hungover. I don't know how I could kill someone, man. I don't. It's like it's not me. But obviously it is me. It's like I just...
Out of all those things that I've told you there, how is that possible that you don't remember?
I don't think I was drunk. I really don't.
It's not about being drunk, Charles. The people kill people when they're drunk because they drive down the road and they hit them, okay? They don't murder them and then take them to another place. Look at me, man. They don't. I've been doing this for 25 years, okay? I've heard a lot of blackout stories. I've seen a lot of blackout stories. This is not a blackout story. And the fact that you can't look me in the eyes...
I don't remember, man. I don't.
It's down in there. And it's weighing on you. It's dragging you
this
down.
The entire thing is.
I know. And you would at least feel better...
Telling you something I don't know?
Telling me the truth.
You feel better. I don't know, man.
You do know, Charles. There's no way you could not know.
The weight of evidence against Charles was overwhelming.
Listening to Charles dodge accountability is infuriating. His vague excuses and fake confusion disrespect Jackie's memory. It's a gut punch to hear someone so detached from the pain they caused.
But they couldn't extract a confession out of him. Claiming he did it but doesn't remember doing it is not something police can use in court. They needed details. When, how, and why. This is when Texas Ranger Jim Holland would enter the investigation. Jim Holland is a man known to produce results, and if you're a criminal, he is the last person you ever want to see.
Texas Rangers. So, I'm kind of egocentric, so let me talk about me. Is that all right? If you don't mind.
I seem like a cool guy.
Do what?
I seem like a cool guy, so I'm all ears.
Well, I guess I try. Maybe I don't try. Maybe it just happens. I don't know. And the nice thing about my job is when I get an assignment, everyone kind of bends over for me. So if I need something from the lab, let's say another ranger is trying to get something run to the lab and they say, hey, it's going to be a month. Well, I can call up and say, hey, I need that. And man, I got people popping out of bed and everything like that. And that's a good thing about, working directly for the governor. The bad thing is you get phone calls all the time and you're getting flown all over the place and he expects results. So of us 8 USIT guys, I'm the senior one. So I get all the big fun phone calls, but it's an interesting gig. I'm never bored or anything like that.
I can see that.
Tell me what's going on today. Why are you wearing the Village People outfit?
Right. Tuesday, it's like...
They didn't have anything else for you to wear?
That's it. I was wearing my shorts and they're like, oh, I got changed in this, but I don't mind. Yeah, it's crazy because I really don't remember meeting this girl. It's like, I met her at a public house. And,
A public house?
yeah, it's a bar in Denton.
Oh, okay.
And it's like you left there and I thought we kind of parted ways, but we were at another bar drinking. And apparently she was with me. Came back to my place and I don't remember driving home with her, which is insane. But yeah, I got a text like the following day. It's like, really, I just found out yesterday. It's like, oh, you're our lead suspect, and she's dead. I'm like, that's insane. But one of my clients, she texted me. She's like, oh yeah, there's a body found, and it's like Grapevine Lake area, and just like we were close to that area. I'm like, that's fucking insane. And I was like, oh, let's just train somewhere else the following day because we're supposed to train on Friday morning. But yeah, it's out with me, and it's just nuts. Like I don't even know this girl. It's like I don't remember her name, and it's blowing my mind. It's so out of character for me. It's like I'm not an angry guy. I'm not aggressive. It's I don't know. I've been trying to think over it last night, and I just don't remember leaving with her. It's like because all I remember is like this tiny little thing. I commented on that because I went and saw my friend Katie. She's a bartender. And we were drinking there. And I've been there pretty much all day. Because I was going through some crap with my ex. Called a lawyer, blah, 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 blah. And I just went to go drink with Katie. But I don't think I was that drunk. I remember going home and thought I went home alone. But I didn't. But I'm taking it's like all the events on me. It's like I'm just I can't remember doing it, but it's me. It's totally me. There's no doubt about it. But I just want to go forward with it. I don't know where I'm gonna go. It's like,
Right.
it's jail. I'm fine with that. And one of the detectives yesterday was saying that Texas has a death penalty. I'm like, all right, great. I'm gonna die in jail, but I can't fight it. It's obviously me. I can't remember doing anything because they give me time frames, and I'm like, I woke up at like 9. I just felt like really groggy and tired. I was just hungover, but yeah, they're like, you're here, here, and here. I'm like, how the fuck? But
Charles would continue the narrative that he couldn't remember anything and that he blacked out. Ranger Holland would continue questioning him, and after hours, he begins to divulge a few minor details.
Have you ever met this chick before?
never know.
Do you remember what she looks like?
It's giant little block girl.
Yeah. Did they show you a picture yesterday or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember commenting at public house. I was like, oh, you're really tiny. She was sitting down and she stood up. It's, I don't know, they just drinking. That she was drinking. We all leave around like 9 something because Katie had to leave. I'm just gonna put her because I thought I went over to another bar.
You did. You went to a second bar.
Yeah, not that one. So like, I thought I went for that one. And there's a guy in there. So I wanted to do it.
Yeah. The bartender in there said you were in there chatting the chick up.
I was showing the pictures yesterday. I don't remember at the same time. And I gave her my card. Together, our lives when we kill someone. I don't know how that would escalate. And so there's a zip tie. It had her hair on it.
Well, you know what gets you. Well, so this is the swimming pool that's missing from your backyard, right? It didn't burn up all the way, and the edges curled over. So your DNA's, I mean, all over it. Fingerprints, DNA, and everything in the backside of the body, same thing. I mean, there's DNA on it. The other side of the swimming pool, there's DNA, there's fingerprints, there's dog hair that's going to end up matching, I think, your dog's. And you know, you got the knife with that test isn't back yet, but the knife that's in your closet is going to come back with her blood on it. And the reason that they found out right away is it wasn't burned up all the way, so they were able to get fingernails, or I'm sorry, fingerprints. It's called AFIS, automatic fingerprinting information system. So they can basically, the morgue rolls her fingerprints because they're not off there, and then that's how we identify her so fast. And underneath her nails, she's got some skin. It's going to come back, we believe, to you. They just got their stuff, your DNA yesterday, and then I started.
Yeah, swab and everything.
Yeah, I started pushing that. It was going to be 30 days, and I started pushing that last night. So the stuff starts coming back, and that's some of those texts. I asked them to update me as we go through, so I know definitive things. I can already tell you what's going to be there, but the swimming pool, your DNA on her body, or what's going to end up being your dog's hairs in the pool on her clothes. I mean, but your roommate's got you out there at 4 a.m. digging a hole in the backyard. Let's see if I got a picture of the swimming pool where you dug a hole. You're digging a hole basically where that swimming pool was, and he said you're putting in a kiki pond. You remember that conversation with him?
Koi pond.
Koi pond, yeah. You remember telling him that you were putting in a koi pond at 4 a.m.?
That's crazy. I remember digging a hole. It's like I saw the shovel next morning and like.
Your DNA's all over it. One of them had they found a partial or a full fingerprint. See, as I'm getting these back, these are all my tests coming in. DNA positive. And this part that has the rolled up on it, this is where her body's found inside this, but you'll see that nice protection, the heat rolled over the edges, and your DNA and your fingerprints are, you know. So, a bag, you know, some of the stuff was wrapped in a bag, but the bag didn't burn. Well, mitochondrial DNA is on there. I mean, between YSTR, full range DNA and mitochondrial DNA, I mean, you're all over it. And then, and you can see that that's what we have pictures of. I won't show you this next one because it's disgusting, but her mouth is not burned, you know. So we've got what's called YSTR, but it's a male strand of DNA on her tongue. So that's gonna, you know, I'm sure that's gonna come back to you, and I can show you if you want to see. It's kind of a disgusting picture, okay? And then
The evidence is overwhelming, yet Charles's refusal to confess fully shows his cowardice. Jackie's family deserved truth, not his games. This case sticks with you, urging us to protect those we love from hidden dangers.
Charles had such a hatred for his ex-girlfriend dumping him that Jackie was a very close resemblance, that he may have snapped in a drunken rage and took his anger out on her. He would eventually be sent to trial, where he would be found guilty of first-degree murder for the homicide of Jacqueline Ray Vandergriff. Charles Bryant would be given life in prison, plus an extra 20 years for tampering with evidence. He would also be charged with a Class 3 felony for the child imagery found on his computer. It is believed that had he not been caught, his ex-girlfriend that he had been stalking likely would have faced the same terrible fate that Jackie had succumbed to. A young girl, with her whole life ahead of her, with career aspirations and dreams, had it all taken away by an evil monster.